just randomly just shut off out of nowhere. I have a feeling that was probably Zach's doing in the back. But we are back now, and we are gonna get into our secondary match, and hopefully the damn cameras stay on. So yeah, that's what we are hoping for. We're hoping that the cameras will stay activated, because I have a feeling someone backstage decided to fuck around with the damn like electronics. So we're working on trying to fix that as we speak. Wait a second, and now we just got word from backstage that yes, it was Zach Wild that technically just pushed the wrong button and technically just trying to get into the heads of the other team that have been announced for the Asylum match for this Sunday. Yeah, I'm not sure how anyone is going to handle it, but I believe we are hearing word or something here. Hopefully we can get the two separated long enough so that way chaos won't ensue. Sorry, so now we are back here from, I don't even know, well, we are saying that we are somewhere in the Georgia State area. That's where we at. Oh yeah, that's right. So now time for a bit of high-flying action. We're between Bandolora versus Garcia Vega. Now, a little bit of a background check between both of these women is that technically not only they know each other personally, but also they know almost each other's moveset. So technically, they know each other very damn well to the point where that it might be just kind of impossible to even commentate here on how are they going to like get the advantage over each other. But my question is, this might just be one of those dream matches that we never, well, pretty much that's always talked about but never happened. But thankfully we're getting a little piece of it here tonight. And also, as I'm looking on Twitter right now, apparently WWE has signed Zeta Steel. I think that's how you pronounce her first name, though. So yeah, she's coming to the WWE at some point. Cool. So now here comes Bandolora, in which somehow, some way, they both share the same exact theme. Wonder why. Alright, so now for Bandalora's and pretty much in the ring. I will say this to you, Reeves. Have fun commentating this one. Well, yeah, I am gonna need a little bit of luck because these are two, well, pretty much are one half of the best high flyers in this business now, in terms of the women's division. But of course, for the men, there are a bunch of people that can be known as the best high flyers. Canadian Destroyer almost already in the ring. Now, of course, if there's one thing to note about that, for Garcia Vega said that she is from San Juan, Puerto Rico, and for Bandalora from Durango, Mexico. So technically, well, pretty much for any Puerto Rico, let alone Mexican fans in the crowd, this is a match that they are gonna need to see. And who knows, we might get some more. So as for pretty much Garcia Vega, now getting Bandalora onto her shoulders, got her head first, well not head first, but chest first into a rope. It's countered by Laura, going for a bit of a doctor kick, which straight to the head, well, of Vega. And surprisingly enough, that both of these women actually share the same exact tattoo, so that goes to show you that they do know each other personally. As we just got done talking with Bandalora pretty much like a week ago, saying like, the fact that the Lucha Sisters are here is not only a good thing, but it's also pretty awesome because we actually know the two outside the ring. Like these two, like those two are technically our cousins in a way. And you would be right on that, Reeves, because technically the Lucha Sisters and Las Almas are technically related in some way. Because technically Las Almas are the cousins of the Lucha Sisters. That I did not know, which is actually cool. No, Blue, they're technically not. Mind you, I'm literally making up fucking lore on the fly. Because I don't have time to really think about it, so I'm just doing this as the match goes on. But then again, I do like the concept of what you're thinking, like these two could be potentially twin sisters but separated. I like that concept because honestly, they not only have the same attire, but also same exact tattoos and everything. Anyways, wait, Reeves, what the look, what's going on now for Bandalora going onto the top, but instead wants Vega to get up and dance the sniper drop kick. You sure that's what it's called? Yeah, I think it is. And now for Bandalora lifting up Vega, going for a bit of a, I think that was a shoulder or muscle buster that she had done. You sure that was a muscle buster? Because of course you're carrying the person in the same exact position, but it's actually done very differently. You sure about that? I think it is. Whatever you say, Reeves. But now for Vega, right up for the double, well not double, but for a bit of a running drop kick to the head of Laura. And now, whatever Vega's tempted to, technically trying to almost choke out the life of Laura using the rope at an advantage. I don't know if anything gonna sit well with Laura now. For Vega, pretty much just trying to trap Laura in her thighs and just go for multiple elbows to the dome. My question is, why can't Jamie do that to me during our date? Reeves, listen, as good as it sounds, do you really want your fucking head being crushed by Jamie's thighs? Maybe. I really need to find a new commentator to be with. Yeah, but hey, this is the only one that money can buy. But the drop kick, which is ironic. And covered now by Vega. And Garcia Vega would get the win over her so-called cousin. Wait, you sure that's her so-called cousin? Well, I don't know. I mean, shit, they literally have the same fucking gear, but in a different color. Only difference is one is wearing a mask and one is not. So, fuck it, I don't know, they might be even twins deep down. Well, now you're really gonna start saying that you might want to ask both of them questions. And if they answer with the same thing, then they might actually be secret twins. Well, finger crossed or not, because that would just be an absolute hell just to comprehend. Los Alamos and the Lucha Sisters technically are just a big ass family and they're not telling us. That's gonna be an absolute pain to wrap around. Yeah. I will say that though. Anyways, it's now time to get into Fairchild next matchup, and in this matchup, it actually might be a return of a beloved star in the XWA, and we can't wait for you to see. Of course, all y'all are going to be seeing it because, number one, most of these damn streams are not pre-recorded, which I wish I knew how to do it. But then again, the editing would be fucking god-awful because I'm not a good editor, so that might be an issue. The fuck? We don't need custom match rules. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, well, prepare yourselves for the next match because we'll be right back after the short break. Okay, give me a moment, guys. Well, actually, let me, you know, fuck it, just cut out the damn commercial. Much better. Well, I like the fact that it just shows 3 people were in this stream and now it just says 0 all of a sudden. I don't know why it's saying that, but oh well, I ain't complaining. Alright, and now for next matchup, I've pretty much seen that Tron and the lights before. Wait, could it be? Well, Luke, isn't this the one that you were slightly simping over at one point? Well, because you're saying that the whole room got hot for a second? Yeah, we don't talk about that. You sure? Because I have a feeling you're starting to sweat again. Fine, you got me. But anyways, here comes what I would say the former leader of British Strong Style, and that being Piper Clark. Well, surprisingly enough, that for British Strong Style end up, well, pretty much had a call a disband as the 3 members preferred to go their separate ways. With Natalie Osborne pretty much going solo in competition. Watson Baker, almost the same thing as, and then you have Piper Clark, in which I heard rumors saying that she might be going back to teaming up with her former European friend, Jackson Prince. And that reunion probably going to make a lot of people cry in joy. Because, let's face it, both of them are very likable. And now here comes one that actually is an overall fan favorite in the XWA, and that being, well, XWA of the Media Outcast. Now, what I've heard before, technically, that for the Media Outcast are technically going, well, global, or technically across the US in a world tour type scenario, because, well, because we have the Media Outcast and FXE. Well, we had the Media Outcast and XWA, PWD, and FXE. Those three companies, well, that the Media Outcasts are in, which is insane, but technically for FXE being one of the most unexpected and the most surprising one of yet. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how all of it is going to impact here for tonight. And match is underway, already off rip. Now for XWA, will pretty much, surprisingly enough, end up coming out of an attack from, I believe, her opponent during FXE Takeover. Not sure can we show clips of that, because yet again this ain't pre-recorded, but if it was, I would have shown a clip of what recently happened during FXE Takeover. But technically XWA ended up being attacked, but of course the attack will pretty much end up being stopped thanks to Cassidy Walker and, well, Rebecca Starr. So it's safe to say that the women's division in FXE might have just woken up something that they shouldn't. Into the corner going for XWA. A massive knee will connect by Piper Clark. And pretty much a massive diving crossbody straight to the outside by XWA. Stomp onto the arm. Sounds like that for Piper Clark is almost already tired with dealing with XWA's, well, fun and games inside the ring. Technically for Piper Clark, trying to at least get the upper hand against XWA. Almost looking to try and win by count out. Now it seems like the two are just trying to at least get into each other's heads. That for Piper Clark, trying to do more damage onto XWA, but only be stopped by the referee. Now for pretty much XWA, pretty much using a bit of a combination here, but now trying to lock in a submission onto Piper Clark. And almost looking down for Clark, almost tapped out. Managed to get away for what could have been absolute danger and possible permanent damage. But now pretty much for Clark, trying to pull something off, try to go for the same exact knee again, only this time for XWA to hit a bit of a side step when dodging out of the way. But now for Piper Clark, pretty much now going for what she calls the insult to injury. And covered now by Piper Clark. And XWA kicks out of 2. And of course you can see that the Media Outcasts are not at ringside supporting XWA at the moment, because she said that she can do this, so she can win this match on her own if needed. Covered now by SJ, never mind, covered now by Clark, and kick out by SJ. Bit of a back and forth between the two, pretty much a knee to the face. And now for Piper Clark, throwing XWA into the corner. XWA managed to counter herself out of it, going, I want to say, for like a leap forearm almost. Now kick to the midsection. Now for SJ Ray, looking for the Canadian Destroyer out on Piper Clark. Cover now. And a kick out by Piper Clark, and that what would have been 3. Okay, now for SJ Ray, I believe that's done a hole. So a super kick to the face of Piper Clark. Cover now by SJ, and Clark still keeps on fighting. It's like for SJ Ray, trying to figure out a way to put down for Piper Clark, and now pretty much going for a middle rope Canadian Destroyer, and that might seal the deal. Cover now by SJ Ray, and Ray will get the win. Now that's what I call a dominant return to the XWA ring, and that might be just one out of the many things that SJ Ray will possibly be doing in the women's division. But the question remains, well, who will end up getting the advantage? Well, not advantage, but who would end up taking home a victory tonight, or whatever. Reeves, you're at a loss for words, aren't you? Yes. Well, that's just fucking perfect. So now we'll pretty much for our 4th match tonight will be Angel Rivera versus the EGW United States Champion Impulse, and that match is coming up right next. And now we return, or perhaps that we end up returning here to XWA No Limit. And now we are being greeted with the EGW champion here, that being Impulse. Well, at the
215 pounds, the ECW United States.
The only reason why I have this entrance on, because I think it'll probably suit, and you're gonna see why it suits me in just a few moments. Now, of course, as it was announced last week, pretty much that Impulse is technically surprisingly going to be on the same team as Mr. Blue. Of course, that both of them don't agree with each other still. Technically both are going to have to get their minds in the right place if they want to try and win the whole damn thing. So, hopefully, they will be able to cooperate. And also, right here is the reason why I use this entrance on my call. Or until 2K gets their fucking shit together and actually add better title entrances. That too. And for Impulse, now in the ring with the EGW Championship, well, on his shoulder, but now he has to worry about his opponent. And now for Angel Rivera, well, pretty much making his way into the ring. But wait a second, here comes Impulse! Rivera with a diamond shoulder tackle, taking down Angel Rivera right even before he could just finish his damn entrance. And like that, Impulse said, alright, you had your fucking fun, but now I gotta beat that ass. In the ring, and now the match is underway between Impulse versus Angel Rivera. And I don't know, like, who in the higher ups thought it was a good idea to have Impulse on the same team as Mr. Blue and Cobra, but in my opinion, I think it might be their safest bet yet, because pretty much knowing like Impulse is willing to throw caution at the win, that might be what pretty much they could consider it to tell me be the strongest member that team ends up having. And speaking of the team's strongest member, of course, well, there will be 2 advantage matches happening tonight as well. Pretty much for both the women and the men, that will end up taking shape, well, pretty much later on tonight. And I believe one of them is actually going to be next, and the other will be happening in the main event. Now for Impulse, so pretty much throwing Rivera into the corner, seeming that she just tried to get him onto the outside. Rivera ends up countering. But all of that for, like, Rivera trying to get revenge on Impulse for trying to get the early jump, not even before the bell even rung. But Dolph looking that he's trying to do exactly that. And now for Impulse, but instead Rivera ends up countering, kick into the leg, bit of like a combo done by Rivera. For Impulse trying to escape for Rivera, but then again, you gotta remember he was the first one to attack right even before the bell rung, so I guess he kind of deserved it for kind of getting his ass handed to him, countered by Impulse. Heard you catch to the midsection, there's the face buster. It's pretty much by Impulse, but now pretty much just casually throwing Rivera into the corner. We don't know what is Impulse's intention, but now for Rivera, pretty much going, well, not going, but pretty much using a bit of his own for luchador aesthetic to good use. Now for Impulse, pretty much tried to at least get the upper hand over Angel Rivera here, but now it's really just a attempt to throw Angel Rivera onto the outside. Now for Impulse onto the top rope. Not sure if this is a good idea, but as I mentioned, the target after Rivera moves out of the way in time. have a feeling Impulse might actually just be badly hurt, but surprisingly enough, still moving. And we might just have to leave the commentary table before the standing moonsault onto Impulse. It's almost seeming that for Impulse is not willing to put an end to this whatsoever. Countered down by Pulse. And the ref count reaches 8 after Angel Rivera pretty much getting himself, at least still trying to situate himself in the ring. But now for Impulse, now trying to lock in the sleeper hold. The sleeper hold of Impulse, in which he had used to pretty much take out most of his opponents silently, well, back then, but seeming that for Angel Rivera, almost like he had an eye in the back of his head as he knew it was coming. And covered now by Angel Rivera, immediate kick out by Impulse. It's almost like that for Impulse is not trying to let Angel Rivera get. And oh my god, look at this. Like, my question is, how the hell can you even like a person that does this most of the time? Well, to be honestly fair with you, Reeves, I have no idea, but it seems that the fans would just take anything that Impulse does and appreciate it. And now, for the Devil's Judgment, we're pretty much done on to Reeves, but it's seeming that for Impulse, it's not even finished, because he just want to add more pain, well, to Reeves. Now into the corner, going for Impulse, and now for Reeves, pretty much trying to at least fire himself up, trying to hyperextend the arm of Impulse, and I have a feeling he's probably going to need that for the Asylum match this Sunday. But Impulse managed to counter, pretty much now grabbing Rivera, throwing him pretty much to the edge of the apron. And now outside, we're going for Rivera, but it's seeming that for Impulse coming in, pretty much with a running tope and connect. Now for Angel Rivera just throwing Impulse back into the ring. It's seeming that he doesn't want anything to do. It's pretty much that he doesn't want anything to do with it. For Impulse still trying to warm himself up, pretty much line up for, I want to say, a tornado kick, but instead misses the target entirely into the corner, going for Impulse, and now for Rivera, for whatever reason, rolling himself out of the ring. But I wouldn't do that if you're in the ring with, pretty much from what I heard in different companies, the so-called Archangel. It's even that for Angel, pretty much trying to play mind games on Impulse, because you do know that Angel is known for actually trick, well, onto his opponent. But now for Impulse, pretty much try to go for the gut check, but instead doesn't work. And now for the ripcord knee connects, but Impulse still somehow, some way kicks out of one. For Angel Rivera, pretty much trying to at least scope out the field. It seemed like he noticed someone behind him, but here comes Impulse, trying to get himself back into the ring with, well, pretty much a springboard dropkick, but doesn't work in his favor. But now for Rivera, pretty much going for the Angel driver, and that will seal the deal against Impulse. That for Angel Rivera gets the win here tonight, well, against Impulse. It was pretty much looking to be a better future for Angel and a terrible one on Impulse's end. And now it's time for the advantage match. We'll play with the advantage match in the Asylum. Now, of course, the Asylum match works exactly how it, well, pretty much exactly how it, well, not the Asylum match, but the advantage match works as it sounds. Pretty much, whoever gets the pin first would technically earn the advantage for the team. And here's what the two teams have sent out. For Team Walker, they have sent out Reese Logan, the muscle of their team. And after Team Flip Thunder, they have sent out Jay Parker. Now, honestly, this might be an unfair advantage because we've seen what Reese Logan is capable of, from her devastating Samoan drop, and of course, well, her jaw drop, well, pretty much her jaw dropping, well, Uso splash. But then you have the likes of Jay Parker, small, fast, and surprisingly very intelligent in the ring. So pretty much the question remains, whose odds are in their favor tonight? It's a big question here. And I see and pretty much at the same question was asked pretty much online, there have been like rumors, well, not rumors, but there have been people saying that, oh, Jay Parker is gonna bring home the win against Reese Logan by some miracle. But most people have been saying Reese Logan is gonna dog walk Jay Parker in this advantage match alone. Well, that we do not know, but hopefully it may not be the case. And here comes Reese Logan. And of course, that you can hear from it that for Reese Logan, it just, how do I really want to put this here? That for Reese Logan, technically, generally over, well, within the XWA, and not only that, Reese Logan is saying that she might just pretty much go to different companies to see what can she cook up between, like, a lot. Well, not a lot, but pretty much cook up, well, depending on talent. Because currently she's literally signed to the same company of the same name, but of course it's definitely not exactly like this. It's an all-women's E-Fed called XWA. Recommend you should check them out. They actually are pretty cool, in my opinion. Anyways, but there's also been talk that for, well, Reese Logan potentially joining KPW in some places. More news on that in the coming weeks. And now here comes Supernova Jay Parker. Pretty much everyone's favorite superhero, where Jay Parker has landed. Now, of course, after Reese Logan, we're pretty much is out on ringside, technically trying to figure out what is her best strategy in order to take down Jay Parker. Because Of course, as Jay Parker is small and has some insane in-ring intelligence, like she is also pretty much very vulnerable to certain attacks because she does have a weak point, and that technically just to simply overwhelm her and then strike when no one's looking. That the match is underway, and here we go for the first advantage match. What a first to almost last advantage match of the night. And of course, already for Jay Parker trying to target the arms of Reese Logan. Pretty much as said during the entrance, that pretty much for Jay Parker does have a high level of in-ring intelligence. But not only Reese Logan knows how to finish her opponents in just in a matter of minutes, but Jay Parker knows how to weaken her opponent towards the match. After Jay Parker trying to run straight for the rope, going for pretty much a wind-up drop kick. So far it's not looking good for Logan, but now for Reese, pretty much doing something in her favor. But now Jay Parker now back in control of the match and targeting the left arm. Pretty much targeting the left arm of Reese, which is pretty much is not a good thing because I have a feeling that Reese is gonna need that left arm. Now Reese Logan almost looking to take a bit of control in the matchup after Jay Parker pretty much not trying to do any of it, ducking, undergoing, pretty much just casually ducking under after Reese Logan trying to go for a suplex. However, Jay Parker doesn't allow it. And for Parker, pretty much going for the star-struck DDT, covered now by Jay Parker, and a kick out by Logan. And to keep in mind, the Asylum match advantage is on the line. So both of these women are going to have to fight like never before. As you can see for Reese Logan literally roaring at the crowd, giving up the signal that it is time to put an end to Jay Parker. And now for Jay Parker lifting up and slamming down Reese Logan. Pretty much a knee straight to the upper part of the back. And for Jay Parker looking to potentially finish off Reese Logan. But Reese Logan managed to get herself away from Jay Parker because now she knows what Jay Parker is looking to utilize. So as long as Reese Logan does not let Jay Parker at least connect with that finisher, she will be okay. And for Jay Parker literally just trying to taunt Reese Logan, saying that the only reason why you're relevant is because Nathan Walker likes you. If he didn't, then technically we wouldn't be fighting. So therefore, Jay Parker slamming down Reese Logan, top rope, going for the supernova, as he's going for almost the glorious moonsault. However, doesn't connect, and now Reese Logan might be able to capitalize, and not might be able, but able to capitalize, and now Reese Logan now having control of the match. And a wicked headbutt done by Reese Logan. And now Reese pretty much thinking now is the time, but instead she wants Jay Parker to be back on both of her feet, going for a massive, pretty much a massive axe drop, super kick connects onto Parker. And now Reese Logan now managed to figure out how to dismantle Jay Parker, pretty much by targeting the same exact body part that Jay Parker tried to target early on in the match. And pretty much with just a knee to the gut, pretty much trying to target the kidney from what I heard, Reese Logan. But now, except for Jade Parker, now has Reese Logan where she wants her. And that is the Nova driver. But Reese Logan kicks out of the Nova driver. It's top springboard moonsault from Jade Parker. It's Reese Logan trying to get herself back on both feet. Here comes Jade Parker. Reese Logan dodges out. And now into rope ducking, undergoing for Reese. Two, the Samoa drop. Covered now by Logan. And the kick out by Jade Parker. And it seems that both of these women are literally going at each other's throats here in the advantage match for All for Nothing this Sunday. Well, and it seems like these two are not slowing down because they want, well, pretty much, I know how eager they want the advantage now. Jay Parker pretty much going for it. I want to say using the middle rope and carrying it as a stunner, and the fight will continue on the outside. Now for Jay Parker, may have the small advantage, slamming Reese Logan headfirst into the apron. And now this kind of just puts up the fact, what the hell will technically both of these women be capable of doing once they're locked inside the Asylum cage this Sunday? Only God knows. As almost looking to step for Reese Logan, tried to grab Jay Parker pretty much by the waist, preventing her from going off the middle rope. And now for pretty much Jay Parker, pretty much on the receiving end of a leg extension, but now for Reese Logan, pretty much trying to do everything in his strength, but now Jay Parker now has Reese Logan lined up for another Nova driver, covered now by Jay Parker. And Reese Logan gets out before three again. Top rope moonsault connect. And I kind of understand what is going through the mind of Jay Parker, like, how many more times do I need to use this damn move to keep this woman down? And now for Jay Parker, almost looking to pretty much starting to hesitate and try to use everything in her arsenal to keep Reese Logan down. But would be a top rope DDT, almost covered now by Jay Parker. And Jay Parker will earn the advantage for Flip Thunder.
It's a new day, yes it is.
As Team Flip Thunder now has the advantage, well, for this Sunday. But overall, those two women know how to fight. And now time for our co-main event of tonight, and that being, hold up. Let me just pull up cards. Alright. In our co-main event of tonight, Leon Chase versus the Tank, Steve Barron.
didn't want it, you gotta believe you can get it. Open your eyes and see your dreams and the distance from more hope and wishing. We are the privileged. Through faith, all things are possible. And with the power inside, and no stopping you. We won't hesitate to fight for a better day until we inevitably claim our victory. Time for depression and stressing. Prepare despair with the power of blessing. No fear in here, we use faith as our weapon for the new day, new way with no absence. Stop looking for who you gotta be.
And now here comes Leon Chase.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Great Falls, Montana, weighing in at 215 pounds, Leon Chase.
And pretty much for Leon Chase technically saying that for Impulse basically just stole his whole fucking entrance and attempted to humiliate him. However, for Leon Chase managed to get the last laugh on Impulse before, technically almost injuring him before XWA Halloween Takeover. And since then we haven't heard from Leon Chase well afterwards, but now after Leon is now back, but of course he is not willing to talk about what he had done well during the time of Halloween Takeover. Well, but instead he's gonna let his fighting do most of the talking. However, I will say that I might just have to pray for him for whoever walks through those curtains next. Well, to be fair with you, Reeves, I have a feeling we are going to have to start praying. Well, looks like you're going to be right, because Leon just probably about to pretty much meet the pearly white gates in just under a few minutes. Agreed. Well, ready the battlefield, because the tank, Steve Barron, has been deployed. After Steve Barron will pretty much saying that he just recently signed a multi-year contract within the XWA, and it will be put into effect, well, pretty much as of right now, because he just signed it like last week. For Steve Barron, we're pretty much here in Georgia State. Technically, surprisingly enough, the state that he also played in during his time as a quarterback for a college football team for Georgia State. So technically, it's almost like pretty much a small little house, well, not housewarming, but a small little hero's welcome for the tank. And now match another way. Here comes Steve Barron! Off rip, forward running clothesline and drop kick. It seems that Leon Chase might be in a tad bit of trouble. We're pretty much going up against Steve Barron. Pretty much the same man that presumably injured Mr. Blue. It almost made him vacate the title. And of course, that was during the rematch, from what I have heard. Of course, the jumping elbow by, well, Steve Barron is alright. That for Barron not even having a scratch, or let alone a drop of blood on his body. And when I say that we might have to start praying for Chase here, it turns out that we might have to be right. Now for Steve Barron. Barron saying it's time, and here he comes on a massive body splash, almost aiming for the back of Leon Chase. However, Leon Chase ends up escaping, and that might be a good thing because his whole entire back and maybe his spine would have been permanently deleted. So Leon Chase there, enough of your little hometown pop bullshit. I will end you exactly how I nearly ended Impulse's career. Now kick to the midsection, punch to the face, and a body slam finishes and seals the deal. Now for Leon Chase. So going off the middle rope, seemed to go for a bit of a middle rope swanton almost, but it doesn't work. After Steve Barron not trying to let Leon Chase get the better of him. Well, Leon Chase kicks out one. And now for Steve Barron. And now had enough of Leon Chase, but there is for the tank shell, covered now by Barron. And a kick out by Leon Chase. Now for Steve Barron. Pretty much just gonna have to figure out, well, one way or another to put down Leon Chase, and there is with the diving knee. And now pretty much all being thrown onto the outside by Leon Chase. And Steve Barron pretty much not letting any go to fucking waste, because he has stated was that if anyone dared to get in his way, that he's just gonna have to put him, well, he's just gonna have to put him on a stretcher. And that's seemingly what Steve Barron is potentially looking to do against Leon Chase. And now Steve Barron picking up Leon Chase and dropping him for another tank show. Covered now by Barron. And a kick out by Leon Chase yet again. I tell you, for Leon Chase, it technically would be on the brink of health, and now trying to go and pretty much scratch with the face of Steve Barron using the ropes into the corner. Go for Barron. Corner clothesline connect. Covered now by Leon Chase. And a kick out by Steve Barron. And pretty much an immediate elbow drop onto the chest of Barron. So Steve Barron ends up countering against Leon Chase. And now for Steve Barron trying to regain control. Putting Chase onto his shoulders. However, Chase managed to get himself away. The gut wrench slam. And a counter by Steve Barron. And it's even that for Chase and Barron going counter for counter. Well, however, Leon Chase would technically get the upper hand. And now looking to put away for Steve Barron by technically using the same move that Mr. Blue went to use. That's the one-winged angel. Covered now by Chase. And he has defeated the Tank. And Leon Chase will proceed to add another name. Well, after Leon Chase will proceed to check off another name on his hit list. First Impulse, now Steve Barron. Not gonna lie, we might as well just call him the damn bounty hunter of the XWA. Cause it'll just make sense. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main event of tonight. I tell you, these two really hate each other to the damn bone. So it's gonna be kind of interesting to see how this match will go. Well, it will be the XWA Underground Champion, Zach Wild, versus Mr. Blue. We'll play versus Mr. Blue for the advantage match in the men's. We'll play in the men's asylum match. And from what I have been told, that Blue is willing to make this personal as it needs to be. And hopefully, it won't be the case. Alright, Reeves, it is now time for our main event in the Georgia State. What the? Why do I have a feeling I heard this theme before? Oh no, Reeves, I just want to say, just sit back and watch. It's pretty much not going to be a good day for the opponent. But here, on the left is Mr. Blue's wife, Cassidy Walker. On the left, but technically would be the wise woman. Well, pretty much. Well, the wise woman for Mr. Blue, that being Nicole Saban. And of course, in the center is the XWA Universal Champion, Mr. Blue. Now, of course, what had happened between Nicole Saban and her now called ex-husband, that Nicole Saban technically pretty much was in a call with Impulse, and as Impulse told Nicole technically to screw over for Jack Shaw and team up, well, and decide to team up with Blue. Well, as of course after Nicole Saban didn't want to do it, well, she had to technically make a tough decision, and that tough decision turned out to be the right one. Because after Impulse then proceeded to send Nicole Saban a video showcasing Jack Shaw potentially cheating on Nicole Saban behind her back. So if it wasn't for Impulse making the call, Nicole Saban wouldn't be here being the manager of your Universal Champion. Time for Mr. Blue taking in, well, pretty much the encouragement and the prayer, well, from Nicole Saban, saying that you will win this match by any means necessary. Because not only this will technically might turn the tides of the Asylum match this Sunday, but also may end up changing the, well, pretty much the overall outcome, well, of the match itself. And I wouldn't even consider for Mr. Blue to be for like Nicole Saban's new client. But I have a feeling that for Nicole Saban did say something online saying regarding Jack Shaw, me and him are over. And in terms of me pretty much running a business where I literally manage my own clients and get them to the top, I'm closing that down too. So technically, no more clients, no more associates. And for Nicole Saban, technically considers herself to be the mad, pretty much technically being known as the mad genius, let alone the mastermind behind most of these shots. Now, what would be cool is to see Nicole Saban getting herself in the ring and squaring off against, like, the best. And here comes the underground champion, that being Zach Wilde. Now, of course, after last week, as the XWA Onslaught General Manager Keith Richards saying that pretty much depending on the person that will fight, do not try to get into a fight backstage, because technically that means this whole advantage match would just be fucking useless. So of course, both men had agreed to fight fairly in this matchup alone. Of course, on one corner is Mr. Blue, accompanied by his wife and the mastermind, Nicole Saban. And on the other is the underground champion, Zach Wilde. And here we go for our main event and the advantage match alone. Well, for the Asylum match, and now for Mr. Blue carrying Zach Wilde into the corner, dropping him head first. After Mr. Blue, pretty much going for a shoulder tackle in center, and a release suplex in the center of the ring. And now Mr. Blue lining up for the double. Well, pretty much, not double, but for pretty much, how can I put it, like a running drop kick, and now Blue lining up yet again onto Zach Wilde. Out there, that for Zach Wilde, trying to pretty much fight like his life depends on it. And of course, that for Nicole Saban is not liking how this match is going, but there's the belly-to-belly suplex, well, onto Blue. But now pretty much thrown almost outside of the ring, and now Blue technically on receiving end of a punch from Wilde. However, Blue would get the upper hand, and the fight will go on out on the ringside. After Zach Wilde pretty much just trying to attempt to taunt with Mr. Blue, but almost a bit of a miscalculation now for pretty much Blue throwing Zach Wilde into Cassidy Walker. Not sure what his intention, or did Cassidy Walker just end up getting in the way. Ref count stops at 7 as the match will continue in your main event. Into the corner now, going for Blue. It seemed that for Zach Wilde, we're pretty much saying, come on, I expected a fight. But I will say that for Wilde, be careful what you wish for. That for Zach Wilde, Pretty much almost looking to try and target the legs of Blue. However, for Blue, managed to counter himself out of it. There at the Blue Raz punch. Well, from Blue. However, Zach Wild kicks out before one. Now for Blue. Onto the top rope. Looking for the Aqua Splash. Onto Zach Wild. And of course, Zach Wild will end up escaping at 2. After Mr. Blue, gonna have to try his absolute hardest to put away Zach Wild. Counter now by Wild. And technically this would be the real battle of champions in this matchup alone. And now here comes Zach Wild, trying to go for taking like a running knee. Going to record a flat jack from Mr. Blue and the top rope moonsault connect. Making that a flapjack moonsault combo. And now punches to rapid fire punches to the face, but see that Blue is not finished. Because he does have a bit of hatred for Zach Wild. It seems that Blue is not going to stop until Zach Wild ends up taking the knee. And now for Mr. Blue, pretty much looking to put away Zach Wild. However, Zach Wild ends up escaping. And now for Zach Wild, looking to take Blue into the Wild side cover. But Blue ends up kicking out at 2. But now, of course, that for Nicole Saban, trying to at least get into the mind of Zach Wild. And this is something that the Mastermind is capable of doing. And it's given the open, prepared to end up leaving the open window for Blue to pretty much take Zach Wild on the right of the Three Amigos. But even that Mr. Blue is not finished yet after Zach Wild pretty much trying to figure out why did Nicole Saban do that. And now Mr. Blue lifting up Zach Wild for the one-winged death trap. Cover. And Blue would score the advantage for his team. And Mr. Blue would take home the victory. Well, pretty much would end up taking home the victory for the advantage. Well, for the advantage match, as now the score had been settled, and we are now en route to the Atlanta. Well, we are now en route to Atlanta, Georgia, for the State Farm Arena for XWA All for Glory. And we will see you guys this Sunday. Take care, everybody.